Imagine you're a racer, and to participate in this racing tournament, you need to be able to run at 30 kilometers per hour. But you always edge off to that 28 kilometer per hour mark and can't seem to go beyond that. And I give you this tablet and I say, taking this tablet will give you the boost you require to achieve your desired speed. But only once. The next time you require the same boost, you'll need 2 tablets, then 3, then 4, and so on. And the tablets have side effects as well. Hi, I'm Aiman, and I have been on the self-improvement journey for the past 1 year, and I have created this YouTube channel to share my knowledge and help you become better. Before we start, all the information in this video has been taken from Dr. Andrew Huberman's podcasts. Part 1. How does coffee affect your brain? 2 things I'm going to make you understand here. Adenosine and adenosine receptors. Adenosine, a neurotransmitter which promotes sleepiness and relaxation. The adenosine levels tend to increase the more number of hours we are awake. Adenosine receptors, structures in our brain to which the adenosine molecules get attached to and make us feel sleepy. Now, caffeine and adenosine have a very similar structure. So when we intake caffeine or coffee, the adenosine molecules get replaced by the caffeine molecules in the receptors. Part 2. Effects of coffee. Now that caffeine is in our system, it blocks the function of adenosine and makes us feel more alert and awake. 2.1. Release of adrenaline. Caffeine helps in increasing the production of adrenaline, a hormone which prepares our body for physical exertion. So if you're a sports person, caffeine will improve your physical performance. On a side note, cold showers are also a great way to increase adrenaline production in the body. 2.2. Improvement in mood. Caffeine can improve our mood mainly because of the increased production of 2 hormones, dopamine and serotonin. We'll go in detail about these 2 hormones in later videos, but for now, just know that they are feel-good hormones which make us feel delighted. Part 3. How much to drink? Now this is the interesting part and it might get a little bit complicated here, so you might want to tune in. You ingest caffeine in accordance to your body weight. You can safely ingest 1 to 3 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram of your body weight. 1 to 3 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram of your body weight. So for example, my body weight is 70 kgs, so I can safely ingest anywhere from about 70 milligrams to 210 milligrams of caffeine in a single bout. I want you to pause the video right now and calculate how much can you ingest, how much can you safely ingest in a single bout. Now it's important to understand that I'm talking about 1 to 3 milligrams of caffeine, not 1 to 3 milliliters of coffee. The manufacturer that I drink coffee from is called Brew. 1 teaspoon of Brew instant coffee has about 60 milligrams of caffeine. So if I take 3 teaspoons, I'll reach about 180 milligrams of caffeine, which is still below my 210 mark. And if I go farther than my 210 mark, 210 milligrams of caffeine in a single bout, coffee, which is supposed to have positive effects, which I take to have positive effects, will start to have adverse effects like being overly anxious, increased heart rate, restlessness, and more. Just for your reference, I've linked down a PDF below in the description containing the amount of caffeine in different drinks like coffee, tea, energy drinks, soft drinks, and many more offered by different brands. So you can go have a look. Part 4. When to drink. Let's go back to the concept of adenosine and receptors. When the caffeine molecules replace the adenosine molecules in the receptors, the brain compensates by creating more number of receptors. This is why regular coffee consumers might develop a tolerance to it. Caffeine intake leads to physical dependency. So if you suddenly stop or significantly reduce your caffeine intake, it will result in fatigues, headaches, and overall just a low mood. We don't want that dependency, do we? Personally, if I've had a good night's sleep like 7 to 8 hours and a cold shower in the morning, I don't really need coffee. Now, I'm not suggesting you to stop drinking coffee every day if you do so. What I'm saying is, we don't want it to become a dependency. Have it, but try to reduce your dependency on it. Part 5. Important things to note. After 3 to 6 hours of consuming coffee, approximately half the caffeine is still left in your body. So for example, if you consumed coffee which contains about 60 milligrams of caffeine, approximately 3 to 6 hours later, half the caffeine, which is 30 milligrams, will still be in your body. So it is recommended that you do not consume coffee at least 8 hours before you sleep so as to not disrupt your sleep. 5.1 Alternatives. Now some people feel the absolute necessity of having coffee while they sit down to work and focus. However, it might not be coffee that you are craving. It might just be a hot beverage to keep your body warm. Try sitting with warm milk sometimes. I do it. It works. Or the other alternative is tea, or as called chai in India. It has relatively less amount of caffeine than coffee. 5.2 Coffee is diuretic. The last important thing to note is that coffee is diuretic, which means it increases urine production in our body. So it is vital for us to keep hydrating ourselves after coffee consumption. If you found this guide helpful, I would really appreciate you liking the video, sharing, and you know what all to do. Work while they sleep. Learn while they party. And live like they dream.